Todd William Hofflander was a 39-year-old seasoned hiker that, unlike other natural enthusiasts, enjoyed hiking to his fullest. He was a hiker that had already explored various terrains across the United States. His passion and love for nature and wildlife drew him to the untamed beauty of Idaho country, specifically the Windy Saddle area. Little did he know that this seemingly routine adventure would become a haunting enigma, one that would echo through the years, leaving questions unanswered and theories swirling. The Windy Saddle area located in Idaho County is known to hold a rugged and captivating wilderness. It is nestled within the Seven Devils mountain range, offering breathing vistas, challenging trails, and an air of mystery. Steep elevations, dense forest, and rocky terrain define this landscape, drawing adventurers such as Todd Hofflander to explore its untamed beauty. Todd decided to embark on his fateful journey with a friend on Tuesday, September 27, 2010. Their purpose? To scout likely deer hunting areas for the upcoming season. However, as fate would have it, Todd and his friend decided to separate and take different paths through Hell's Canyon leading to the Snake River. Little did they know that this choice would set in motion a series of events that would leave Todd Hofflander's fate shrouded in mystery to this day. The rugged terrain, the whispering winds, and the Seven Devils themselves held secrets that would echo through time. With the notorious and challenging conditions, the elevations would fluctuate dramatically from 1,500 to 8,000 feet above sea level within short distances where each step tested Todd's endurance and skill. On that same Tuesday, the two were supposed to meet up at the Snake River when they had separated. This is when Todd went missing. The last time he would be seen alive is near McGaffey Cow Camp in the same Windy Saddle area. The next day, on September 28th, Todd's friends would grow increasingly alarmed when he failed to show up as planned. Concerned for his safety, they promptly notified the authorities. Each hour the clock ticked, the wilderness held its secrets tightly. With the friends' panic increasing, Back County medics based in Orofino joined the search. Helicopters would be deployed to scour the terrain, hoping to find any trace of Todd. Searchers covered the obvious places first, running up trails, checking shelters, and scanning open spaces. Even the less likely hideouts such as creek beds and shadowed nooks away from the trail did not escape their tireless search. Outside resources, including dogs and human trackers, were called in during these crucial first 12 to 24 hours. The search would continue for days, weeks, months, even years. Yet not a trace of his disappearance released the mystery of what had happened to Todd. People slowly started to give up hope as the search seemed endless. In April of 2020, nearly a decade after Todd's disappearance, fresh news would be brought back to the mysterious disappearance. A hunter with no name specified had stumbled upon human remains in the heart of the Seven Devils and along Bernard Creek, which is relatively 10 miles away from where he was supposed to meet his friend at Snake River. What was found at the spot was a singular human male skull. Additionally, other items were found in the vicinity, including a pack containing camping equipment and a digital camera. The wife of Hofflander positively identified it as being his belongings on the trip that he had taken. The hunter turned in the camera to the Idaho County Sheriff's Office to check its data to see if they could find any clues. What they found on that camera were pictures of Hofflander. DNA samples were taken in late January of 2021, where the FBI further identified the remains found as being Hofflander's. The enigma that had haunted friends, family, and search teams finally had a name. Nothing about this case is explicitly clear. There are thousands of theories as to what was to come of Todd and his body. Questions remain as to how his body had ended up so far away from the location he was supposed to meet his hunting buddy at, how his dog had survived whatever force ended Hofflander's life, and why it took almost a decade to find his body. The most logical of the theories is that Todd took an unfortunate slip during the transition period to meet up with his friend. The dangerous terrain certainly supported this theory, as there were many steep cliffs and uneven areas. The sudden storms and temperature changes could have swept Todd and caused his unfortunate demise. In areas like Hell's Canyon, encounters with wildlife are common. Todd could have crossed paths with dangerous animals such as bears, mountain lions, or wolves. Black bears weren't uncommon in the area that Todd was venturing in. Bears can get very protective of cubs and can cause serious harm and even death. Or, what would be even scarier, would be running into people when you wouldn't expect it. Nothing is explicitly said about Todd's background about having any bridges yet to burn with anyone, so it is hard to tell whether anyone that Todd knew had any grudge against him. There is also no known evidence as well as to the remains of Todd having any serious wounds or marks that would lead to foul play or wildlife leading to his behavior. However, Hell's Canyon is known to be very isolated from civilization, so if anyone were to commit harm to Todd, this place would seem ideal. Todd packed accordingly for this trip, so the idea that he purposely left to run away or isolate from civilization is very unlikely. The last theory regards the supernatural in a more speculation and less grounded evidence compared to the other theories. However, it captures the imagination of those intrigued by unexplained phenomena. Hell's Canyon, with its remote and rugged terrain, is often considered a place where the veil between the natural and supernatural might be thin. Some believe that Todd may have encountered paranormal activity in Hell's Canyon. This could include ghostly apparitions, unexplained lights, or other supernatural phenomena. Some theories propose that Todd could have been abducted by extraterrestrials. This idea is often fueled by reports of UFO sightings and unexplained phenomena found in remote areas such as Hell's Canyon. Hell's Canyon is also said to hold a lot of superstitions mostly held by Native Americans. Spirits were said to protect the lands held by Hell's Canyon from anyone who ventures too close. Tourists would also become skittish and uneasy when visiting popular locations for their views such as Heaven's Gate Lookout. With so many theories, more and more questions arise as to what happened during Todd's disappearance before his death. One of the most intriguing aspects of Todd Hofflander's disappearance is the story of his dog, Ruby. Approximately 6 days after Todd vanished, Ruby was found on the opposite side of the Seven Devils mountain range. Ruby's survival without Todd adds an eerie shadow to this already dark story. The fact that she managed to navigate the rugged terrain and survive on her own raises questions about what she might have experienced during those days. Not only did she survive, but she was found in relatively good condition considering the circumstances. No major injuries or infections were done to her body. This once again raises a lot of speculation on what really went down on this trip. What caused Ruby to leave Todd? Did Todd pass away in those first 6 days that caused Ruby to leave him? I find it relatively hard that the dog would purposely leave Todd alone unless the situation was dire. Some speculate that animals are more attuned to paranormal activity and might sense things humans cannot. Ruby's behavior in survival could be seen as a sign of something otherworldly at play. With Todd vanishing off the face of the earth, it created a void in his family and friends. Uncertainty and lack of answers left them in a state of anguish and grief for nearly a decade. The search for Todd was not just a physical journey, but an emotional one, filled with hope, despair, and unanswered questions. The discovery of Todd's remains in April 2020 brought a sense of closure to his loved ones. Knowing his fate, even after so many years, provided some relief from the relentless uncertainty. Todd Hofflander's disappearance remains one of the most perplexing cases in recent history. Despite being an experienced hiker, he vanished without a trace in the rugged wilderness of Hell's Canyon. The discovery of his remains nearly a decade later provided some closure, but left many questions unanswered. How did Todd, well prepared and knowledgeable about the terrain, meet his end? Was it an accident, an encounter with wildlife, foul play, or something more mysterious? Hell's Canyon, with its dramatic landscapes and deep gorges, holds many secrets. The story of Todd Hofflander is a poignant reminder of the mysteries that can arise in such remote and wild places. As we reflect on his fate, we are left to ponder the hidden dangers and unexplained phenomena that may lurk within the depths of Hell's Canyon. The enigma of Todd Hofflander continues to captivate and intrigue, leaving us with more questions than answers.